Dear brothers, always know that our messages come in love and with the intention of bringing knowledge and encouragement to you who are meeting the challenges of living on earth at this time from a higher level of awareness. Everyone, those spiritually awake and those who are not, have carried with them into this lifetime a degree of old energy reflecting traumas, oaths, vows, and promises from previous lifetimes. You were among those deemed strong and evolved enough to deal not only with the energies that would arise from Earth's ascension process, but also with the intense personal clearings that would be necessary in order to align with the frequencies of a higher resonating Earth. All is proceeding according to plan. Much is about to happen that will awaken many out of their chosen slumber, those who have chosen not to see, consider, or admit to anything in themselves or others that does not reflect their personal belief system. These dear ones will get wake-up calls if or when necessary, some life experience designed to shake their imaginary world, forcing them to question and rethink much of it. Allow the process, dear ones, trusting and accepting that much is presently taking place that the majority are not yet aware of. Remind yourself that there really is a divine plan if or when you find yourself slipping into fear and doubt. Throughout the day, focus on the real rather than three-dimensional interpretations of the real. Reminders can be as simple as pausing to silently know I am. There comes a point in every person's evolutionary journey where they must choose between accepting and living the real versus the dream. Am I just flesh and blood, subject to all the world offers in the way of disease, lack, violence, pain, and suffering, or am I more than that? Is God a man in the sky who judges and punishes, and to whom I must beg and plead for my good? Person's state of consciousness remains stagnant when they choose to continue living with one foot in reality and the other in the hypnotism of three-dimensional belief. Once they know the truth, every human being longs for happiness and wholeness, which in reality is the soul's longing to once again unite with and be one with itself. This inner yearning for happiness and peace is interpreted by three-dimensional states of consciousness as a never-ending drive to attain outside of themselves whatever it is they believe will bring fulfillment. This is the human condition. This is why people steal and engage in acts of violence. A deep inner longing for wholeness underlies all crime, drug and alcohol addiction, and cruelty to other life forms. Even the murderer believes that his/her actions will make his/her life for that of another better in some way. The high-frequency light energy now flowing to Earth is expanding individual awareness, which can result in the desire for fulfillment to become more intense in some because for the first time they are experiencing a sense of empowerment. Most do not yet know what it is they are feeling or why, but this new sense of empowerment emboldens some to more intensely pursue their concepts of happiness regardless of how it may affect others. Because humans do not know that in reality they are already divine, complete, and whole, they misinterpret themselves in every way. Those who seek to emulate the rich and famous believe that if they act and look the same, they will be loved. Organized religions often teach that mankind is nothing more than a sinful worm in the dust that must be saved, that being happy on earth is a sin, that suffering pleases God, and that happiness comes only after death if the rules are followed. This has resulted in a world of judgment, criticism, and condemnation, which then brings feelings of superiority, self-satisfaction, and a false sense of self-love and fulfillment. Because Earth is a planet of time and space, individuals cannot simply jump into a high-resonating state of consciousness simply with intellectual knowledge unless it was attained in a previous lifetime and simply forgotten in this one. You cannot regress in your evolution, and you carry your level of attained consciousness into each lifetime. This is why some of you may have thought it was easy and simple to grasp the deeper truths, and do not understand why others can't do the same. Most of you who read these messages were already very evolved when you incarnated, which is why you were allowed to join the waves of enlightened beings assisting with the ascension process. Those of you who have been on Earth for many years were of the first wave and met a world that was resistant to truth. Others have followed in second, third, and fourth, etc. waves, and it continues. Many young people at this time are actually very old souls who are having a difficult time adjusting to three-dimensional concepts they evolved beyond long ago. Try not to get overly involved in the three-dimensional issues. Rather, just continue to quietly hold the light, which makes you a beacon of high-resonating energy wherever you go. Light work is not sitting in meditation for hours at a time, but rather is silently and secretly being as you go about the ordinary chores of your day. A consciousness of oneness can lift the consciousness of another depending upon the other's receptivity simply because there is only one consciousness. This is especially true when the other reaches out and become one with the higher state of consciousness. A light-filled consciousness may occasionally bring about reactions of dislike or even hatred from another who, without knowing why, feels threatened in the presence of light energy. However, those spiritually ready for more will be drawn to the higher energy and even possibly be healed of something of a lower resonance. Simply live, move, and have your being in the truth of divine oneness, and you will be doing what you came to do. Thank you for watching. We love you so much.